This to new heights. KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate Black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB Marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
You ready?
It's the queen of royal badness.
It's time for the Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
Daddy, what's a will?
Yeah. Take those monies and spread across families. My sister Hattie and Lou, the nephews, cousins, and TT. Eric, the rest to be for whatever she wants to do. She might start an institute, she might put poor kids in school. My stake in Rock Nation should go to you. Leave a piece for your siblings to give to their children too. Titled is Champagne, do say I like to see a nice piece, fund ideas for people who look like we gon' start a society within society. That's major. It's like the Negro League. There was a time America wouldn't let us ball. Those times are now back. It's now called Afrotech.
You are listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. My name is Robin Ayers. I'm your host of this show, the Raw Report. Good to be back in this seat. I hope you all are having yourselves a lovely Friday Eve. You are almost there, y'all. You are almost there. Shout out to everybody who joined me as I was remote doing this show. Still had a great time. I had a, great time juggling it all. It's always interesting when I'm not in the studio, but, we had a great time doing that. So shout out to you guys who are still present, still holding it down inside of our chat and all the good things. Shout out to Andy, too, because Andy, you don't miss. You be holding it down, and I appreciate you. I really do. I don't know if I say that enough, but truly, I do appreciate you, sir. I see you guys, Raw Squad, coming on up into the YouTube building. Good to see everybody. As you know, I was away. I was having myself a fantastic time, just learning about myself, and I'll tell you guys about all of this very, very soon. But shout out to Yaki Awakened, who is amazing. He's doing some amazing things for the community. At some point, listen, we already had Dr. Sabi's daughter on here. We already had Dr. Kelly, who was on here. So we might pretty soon see, because this is what we talk about. Dr. Yaki Awakened. He is a master herbalist, and he does a lot of great things to help people. He's a health guy, and he has demonstrated that time and time again for 15 plus years, and has done some amazing things in his own community, which is in St. Louis, but for even people abroad. And so I had the opportunity to go and visit him, but I want the opportunity to either he comes to Los Angeles and we do an interview here, or we can have him call in, something like that. But it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Andy, and first of all, Andy, you're the one who put me on to him. So definitely shout out to you for that.
I'm so jealous.
Don't be jealous.
I know I'm not jealous, but
I get it.
That's just dope.
I'm
very excited for you, and I'm very much so inspired. So, as time passes, I'd like to, get some updates.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're going to share with the world about what's going on and all that.
Yeah, for sure. It is very exciting, but we're going to be working on trying to get him, in studio to Los Angeles, or maybe I'll just hop back on a plane and go interview him there in St. Louis. Yeah, why not? Why not? Everything is all possible. Everything is possible. Well, anyway, how are you guys? How are you all? I am ready to jump into some of these conversations because I can't work the show exactly like I want to work the show whenever I'm away. There's just different things. We can't navigate it the same way that we can when I'm here in studio. And there are clearly things that have been happening. But I want to give a shout out to Boosie. It's his birthday. I'm surprised that we didn't give him some, is it Scorpio? Scorpio love?
Scorpio gang, you already know what it is.
Andy, I be feeling like you somewhat banging on me when you do that.
Come on, man.
I feel like you banging. I feel like low key.
Well, you kicked me out. You kicked me off the boat.
Okay,
you said I can't be a Libra no more.
You sounding real Lowry's. You sounding real season. You sound like real salty right now.
Come on, Robin. During Libra season, I was gang
Morton's.
all throughout the season.
You sounding real Morton's.
Nah. Well, you kicked me out. You kicked me out, and all throughout Libra season, I was over here gang all day.
No.
And now you want to kick me out because my Scorpio side, it's Scorpio season. You know what I mean? And
see, it's when you do things. No, it's when you do things like that is what got you kicked out in the first place.
So now I gotta deny my Scorpio side.
No, it's just there ain't no Scorpios around here. It's ride for. It's not you. It's Libra. You're a Libra, so go ahead and ride for Libra season, and then leave everything else alone, and then you wouldn't have gotten kicked out.
What do you tell a mixed person? To deny one side?
Nah, come on.
Come on now.
But you know what that conversation is, though. Come on, let's be real. You know what that conversation is.
I'm repping both, homie. It's Libra side.
Okay, settle down. Anyway, it was Whoopi Goldberg's birthday as well. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg. She had a very interesting story of someone, she turned 69 years old, by the way, someone who there was a cake company or pastry company who did not want to make these very special cupcakes for her. And she says that they blamed it on something. They blamed it on, the oven not working or something, where she said everyone else was coming in to get their cupcakes. But she really thinks that it was because this particular company they don't agree with her politics. And so, what a interesting thing for her. But anyway, Whoopi Goldberg is starting a women's sports network, you guys. It's huge. I mean, I don't know that I would have ever saw this coming, but I think it's great. I think it's something very different. I think she is, and this is even different than purchasing a women's team. She's actually starting a network. And so shout out to Whoopi Goldberg for that and leading the way. And again, we've been talking about women and women's teams and all of the things. We've been talking about it for a minute, but she seems to be doing something about it. Let's be real. She's in a position to do something about it. She's got the resources to do it. I'm sure the connections to do this. But anyway, she's doing it, and I really like that. So shout out to her for that. I think it's major.
Well, I hope that, the folks will actually go out and support and actually tune in to the network.
That's a fact. I know recently, we even talked about this on the show, how Shaquille O'Neal was talking with Angel Reese about lowering the hoop for the women. And I know she got very offended and she was like, we're not lowering any hoops over here. But there might have to be a real conversation of why people aren't as interested in going to women's sports events as they are with men. And I don't know why. I know that it's when you see men, in any sport, it seems to be more active. It seems to be more contact. Seems to be, I don't know if sometimes violent and people like that. You think hockey, you think football. It's very active. And not that women aren't. It's just that it's not going to be as much as men. And I think there has to be a conversation around that.
Well, shout out to Zoe Williams. He touched on this some weeks ago after your discussion on Angel Reese or whatnot. And surprisingly, there was a female caller who called in. And for the most part, she talked about how, when she tunes into a WNBA game, she's not interested because none of the women are attractive.
Whoa.
We all had the same reaction.
Wow.
And she was just basically saying how, she can watch a football game or a basketball game, and for her it was about the attraction, which kind of tripped me out. I understand how women will watch men and I like how they look in the jerseys and stuff like that. But when she said that about watching the women's game, it was like, dang. So sexuality And what's funny is I've heard that from men too, though. You know what I'm saying? This is why some have tuned in this year because, shout out to Angel Reese. She seems to be, I don't want to say she's at the forefront of it, but there seems to be this movement of more femininity in the league. You know what I mean? Like, like when the players come in and they're walking in from the parking lot or whatnot. Sometimes it seems like it's a runway or whatnot.
Yep.
I believe the Chicago Sky, they all looked glammed up. They looked like gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, whoa, this is kind of different for the WNBA.
It's different.
So I think that could be one thing. Like why do people watch beach volleyball? You know what I'm saying? There's a sexiness to it that people gravitate towards.
Oh, well, that's what Shaq said as well. He said, imagine these players, the women, playing in the short shorts. And she was offended. Reese was offended at Angel Reese. She was offended at that as well. But he made that comment. And I don't want to subject these women to just being, sexy or beautiful, pretty and feminine and all of that. But it's just like if I don't know. I don't want to say anything because that's not even my lane. But again, there just has to be a conversation. I will say this, though. A couple of weeks ago or last week, whenever it was that I saw Lecrae, I went to this event for Meta. Meta Loves Music was what the name of it was. And they had an artist, and Lecrae, gospel rapper, gospel artist and podcast host. And he's an actor. He does a bunch of things. He was there as the artist. And they had a 3-on-3 league, little, what do you call it? 3-on-3 tournament. It was a tournament. And there were two women who played on the teams. Both of them were beautiful women, but the first one who I saw, she was just gorgeous, and I was more into the game.
Look at you,
because she was. I don't know. I just identified. I was just like, oh, like she's so pretty, and she's out here with these men, and so I admired it. But she was also beautiful. She was a beautiful woman, and maybe there's something to that. I hate to say that that's the thing because we like to see just good players, but maybe there's something additional to it when you're talking about beautiful women who play, because the other thing is, like you mentioned, you said this is different for the WNBA because we were so used to seeing masculine women who played, and so when you see a beautiful woman who's sort of embracing her femininity, it's appealing.
I think we need to do a deep dive on that, because you saying that is a shock too.
Is that a shock? Is it really?
You're trying to figure out why were you gravitated towards that girl.
Well, I think part of it was the fact that she was just balling with these guys. She was bold. She was out there doing it by herself, but then she was pretty too. She was beautiful. So I was like, and you beautiful. Like, does that sound bad, y'all? Does that sound crazy? I don't think I'm alone in this.
I don't think you are.
I don't think I'm alone.
Real.
And if you deny that you're that way, I don't know. I got questions. Yeah, I got questions.
Trying to be politically
correct. Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe one day we will take a deep dive into that. The WNBA needs more white stars. Is that true?
I don't know about all that.
I don't know. Okay, well, you're gonna add to the conversation one of these days, Morris. Moving on, Boys to Men. They have a biopic in the works. I'm happy to hear that. I'm excited to see it. I know they are, as well as the members of Boys to Men, they are very excited that this is happening as well. I think it does a few things. I think that it shows the background into major groups like that. Boys to Men is a major group. Not only that, but it gives them their flowers. It definitely gives praise to a lot of these artists and actors and people who have been out, who are legendary, and it gives them, it honors them. So I think that is pretty cool, and I'm excited to see it. SZA is the newest person to say she's mad that she got a BBL. It was, I guess she's openly talking about it. SZA is a beautiful, beautiful R&B singer, neo soul / R&B. I think she's still signed to Kendrick Lamar's his label, but she was working with them very closely, and she was beautiful as she is. She's got a gorgeous face. I think she had a gorgeous body before, but most of all, she was just very talented. Very talented. She still is. But she went and got a BBL, and she said that she's mad that she got it. She said she didn't need to do it. And, unfortunately, she did it, and she's sort of, leaving it at that. But hopefully these people who regret the decision will start openly talking about this for the people who are soon to come. I feel like it's going to go away. I feel like the BBL thing, I think the big lashes, the long bust down weaves, I think that's all going to go away.
All we need is a collaborative song. Her, K. Michelle, and whoever else. I can't even think of her name.
China, White, Black China.
I was going to call her Angela White.
Oh, yeah.
Does she rap?
Yep.
What does she do?
No, she.
Okay, I guess she don't count.
Okay, but she would do something. She could add to it.
Yeah.
Talking about don't get the BBLs.
Yeah.
Sort of, okay.
She could play the DJ Khaled role or something.
I like it.
It's Angela White. No BBL.
Don't do it. I like it. We'll get to a couple more updates on the other side, but right now let's jump into what the Rob Report is, Andy.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
Mike Tyson, this was very interesting to me. Mike Tyson said he does not believe in legacy. He does not believe in legacy. He also says that he believes that that's just another word for ego. I thought it was very interesting how he broke it down and who he broke it down to. And as a matter of fact, you guys may have already heard, but he's got that fight going down with Jake Paul, and that's happening tomorrow, as a matter of fact. I can't wait for this. I hope that they don't tiptoe around. I hope that it's a real deal. Is it an exhibition fight? Is that what this is supposed to be?
I don't know if it's, solidified as an exhibition fight, but I do know that they have bigger gloves, and I think it's like 7 or 8 rounds.
Come on, away with the bigger glove thing. That's crazy. Jake Paul, he certified himself. He has knockout.
No, he did not.
Well, he's been fighting. I mean, he has seven knockouts. Not that that's a big deal, especially with Mike Tyson. But he's the one who called Mike Tyson out. It's just, okay, we'll talk about that. Yeah. We're going to get into that. We're also going to talk about Denzel, who I explained to you guys the other day. He said that he was retiring. Well, he is not necessarily backpedaling off of that statement, but he's explaining it a little bit further. And he also admitted that he kissed a man. Not admitted, I guess it's not a big deal, but he kissed a man. We'll talk about that on the other side. You guys stay tuned. You are listening to the Rob Report on KBLA, Talk 1580.
Hey, what's going on? It's your girl, Takara Williams, here with Robin Ayers on the Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580. If you ain't here, baby, hurry up.
You're inside the Rob Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580. Are you an entrepreneur looking to take your business to new heights? KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate Black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Eggs are a staple in our diets, and there's only one egg with more delicious farm fresh taste plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. With more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties: classic, cage-free, and organic. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Febreze. So my home is also my office, and before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up, then spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la la. We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-550-9651.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-550-9651. That's 800-550-9651.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Rob Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Also, I mentioned this show to you guys before, but Hulu's Reasonable Doubt. Oh, my goodness gracious. Season 2 is just... Newly joined in the cast is Morris Chestnut. It is an incredible show. I watched the first season. Andy, I think you also watched it. He got on board. It's a great show, but they took a long time. It felt like they took a while for them to come back in with season 2, but they did it, and I feel like they needed to take that time that they did, because I don't know if they revamped the writers. I don't know what it was, come up with another storyline, but every season, it seems, surrounds a different, case. A case, if you guys are familiar with the show, Reasonable Doubt is based on Jax, who is a lawyer. She's a wonderful lawyer, and every season is going to surround a case, and this particular one is so good, but it has just been renewed for season 3, which is great. Shout out to Hulu, who is renewing a lot of great shows, such as Johnson, by the way. Johnson has been renewed, and so I'm excited because I love those guys, and it's just a great show. So great content is out there. You just gotta know. You gotta listen to the Rob Report to find out which ones you should be watching. This is something that I might watch. I might get into. If you were ever into that show, America's Next Top Model, I watched a lot of seasons of that show. There is a show on Vice Network called Dark Side of Reality TV, and they are going to have an episode where they're showing former America's Next Top Models contestants who reveal the downside of that show. America, as big as it was, America's Next Top Model gets so much heat now post-show because of the ways that they treated their models, allegedly, because of, different ways that Tyra Banks showed up, allegedly. And now some of them are talking out about how they did so many really kind of horrible things with them in that show, and then just sort of left them. After the show ended, they just let these people go on and live their lives. They didn't check on them. They didn't see if they needed therapy. They didn't check on their careers or anything like that. So several models are talking out about that show. So I might get into it a little bit. So if you guys are interested, it's on Vice. And again, the name of the show is called Dark Side of Reality TV. Let's get into this Mike Tyson conversation real quick. Mike Tyson, who is 58 years old, with 5 children, by the way, says that he does not believe in legacy. He was interviewed by a young kid. This girl, she's been interviewing big major stars for some years now. She's just a preteen, I think. She's a teenager. Her name is Jazzy. She asks him this question, and he answers. Let's take a listen to it.
So after such a successful career, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before, someone say that as an answer.
Can you really imagine somebody say, I want my legacy to be this way when you're dead? Why do you want somebody, you think somebody really wants to think about you? What's the audacity? I think, I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the cares about me when I'm
Andy, I don't know. You got something you want to add to this?
This touched my soul.
Did it really?
It touched my heart 100%. You know me.
Okay.
You
go
know
ahead.
me. We have conversations.
Yeah.
Everybody know I'm booed up.
Yep.
What's the next question, right? Get married and have kids, right?
Yeah.
And shout out to my lady. We're very similar where we're not really tripping too much over kids. Would we like to have some kids? Maybe, but we're not pressed to have kids. Mm-hmm. And for me, I've come to the realization that, if I don't have kids, I'm okay. And then what do people always ask me after that? Well, what about your legacy? Do you care about a legacy? And I would like really sit down and like ask myself, like, do I even care about a legacy? And part of me was like, I kind of don't. To what Mike Tyson is saying, when you dead, you dead. How am I going to experience that? You know what I'm saying? The legacy might be cool for everybody else who's still alive. You feel me? But I'm gone.
I have questions about this, though, Andy. Let me the definition very quickly, because I know it has been watered down. It's trendy. It's like a brand, a branding word, legacy. What's my legacy? It has been used and reused many, many times over. But the actual definition of legacy is an amount of money or property left to someone in a will. But also it could mean the long-lasting impact of particular events, actions, etc. that took place in the past of a person's life. You want it to be meaningful. You want to leave something that is meaningful to whomever it is, maybe not children, but whomever who was attached to you. I have questions for you, and I'll give my own thoughts about this on the other side, but I'm going to ask you, Rosquad, do you believe do you agree with Mike Tyson that legacy is just another word for ego and that it may not necessarily mean anything? Or do you believe no, like we should all look to leave a legacy behind, whether it's our names or money or a will, whatever that may mean to you? We'll talk about it, and I will put this inside for you guys to vote on. Keep it right there. Right now we've got news, traffic, and sports. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey everybody, my name is Richard Turrentine and I'm rocking with Robin on the Raw Report.
More of the Raw Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 things you should know from BIN News. Chicago rapper Lil Durk is expected to appear in court for an arraignment hearing in Los Angeles on murder-for-hire charges. The Grammy Award winner, whose real name is Dirk Banks, is accused of paying 5 associates of his Southside rap business to kill a rival artist. A tropical depression in the Caribbean has strengthened into Tropical Storm Sarah. This marks the 3rd named storm in November as waters remain abnormally warm. The National Hurricane Center is warning residents on Florida's Gulf Coast to watch the forecast as the storm could hit the U.S. next week. Palm Springs, Florida is close to approving a $27 million reparations deal with Black and Latino families forced from their homes in the 1960s. And according to a UC Berkeley survey, if Vice President Kamala Harris runs for California governor in 2026, she could hold a strong lead with nearly half of voters and 72% of Democrats likely to support her. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
Watch for a hit-and-run accident on the right shoulder of the 10 East in Alhambra before the 710. Right now, heavy traffic is coming from Soto Street, just shy of 10 minutes. In West Covina, watch for slowing as an accident blocks the left lane of the 10 West at the Via Verde. Mid-City has a stall causing slowing from the 5-101 split on the 10 West before Arlington Avenue in the Center Divide. Right now, expect a 30-minute slowdown. Also, crash in Burbank has been cleared fully from the 134 East at Bob Hope Drive. In Highland Park on the 110 South at Via Marisol, minor delays are coming from Avenue 60 due to an accident on the right shoulder.
It's Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances. Plus, take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details while supplies last.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
If you miss seeing Mike Tyson in the ring, here's your chance for a reunion. The former heavyweight champion, now 58, has an 8-round matchup Friday night in Arlington, Texas, against YouTube and MMA celebrity Jake Paul. The fight will be shown live on Netflix. The fight will be a traditional boxing match with boxing rules. Tyson is appearing in his first sanctioned fight in almost 20 years. This is only the 11th fight for the 27-year-old Paul, who has 7 knockouts. But Paul has not faced anyone on the level of a Mike Tyson. Even at 58, Tyson knows his way around the ring. A couple of leftover notes from LeBron's third straight triple-double last night against Memphis. LeBron now has 116 regular season triple-doubles in his 22-year career. 40 of those triple-doubles were achieved with 30 or more points. LeBron goes for 4 in a row tomorrow night at San Antonio. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you an entrepreneur looking to take your business to new heights? KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate Black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB Marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. If we're the ones disproportionately impacted by these climate catastrophes,
Why should we be silent?
turning up the volume all year long on the climate conversation for KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Did you know that streaming music, ebooks, audiobooks, movies, and more is available for free from the Los Angeles Public Library? With your library card, you can access the latest music and movies, audiobooks and ebooks, graphic novels, comic books, magazines, and more. If you don't have a library card and live in the city of Los Angeles, you can get a digital card online for free. Check it out at lapl.org/emedia. That's lapl.org/emedia.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Keeping you informed about what's really going on.
Who's got next?
And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
T-shirt and my panties on. T-shirt and my panties on. T-shirt and my panties on. T-shirt and my panties. Got my T-shirt and my panties on.
Picture this, I'm in my bed, body's hot, soaking wet.
You are listening to The the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. I guess it's Adina Howard's birthday. All right. Wow. The Adina Howard. Come on.
Perfect for the Scorpio gang.
Is it really? Okay. Let's go ahead. We are having a conversation about legacy right now. Wow. Yeah, legacy. Mike Tyson, the champ, says he does not believe in the word legacy. He doesn't believe in legacy, and furthermore, believes that it means it's another word for ego. And he has children. He has family, a wife. He does not believe in leaving a legacy behind. He says once it's done, once you're gone, and it doesn't mean anything. Basically, you are just here for this time being. Andy?
I'm sure if they asked him that question earlier in his boxing career, I think he probably would have had not so much of a grim response. I think, me being a sports fan, you hear legacy, it seems like every day. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron James, they always talk, what is your legacy? So I think, him as an athlete and considering a lot of the stuff that he's went through, I'm sure he got tired of it, going to jail, the whole rape situation or whatnot, you know what I mean? And now he's about to fight Jake Paul. People are questioning, how legitimate is this fight going to be? So, the legacy question is going to come up. So I can understand him maybe being like, I don't even care about this. Like, I'm still here. And when I go, I go.
Maybe, and you could be right about that. Maybe it's just the word itself. He doesn't believe in the hype of the word. Maybe he's like, yeah, I have money, and of course my kids are going to get my money, but maybe it does not mean legacy. And if that is the case, I can't be mad at that.
Because people are also saying that if he gets knocked out tomorrow, this is going to hurt his legacy.
This is what they are saying.
And he looking at it like,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Okay. Let's go ahead and jump on this call that we have from Anonymous. Hello to you, Anonymous.
Yeah. Now, legacy can mean different things. It can mean leaving children behind, and to me, that's on a lesser level of importance because I hear people, even people I know, I talk to them about, what's your legacy? What have you accomplished? What have you done notable? Mm-hmm. And they'll say, oh, I raised my children. And even a few of them got children who've done something notable. They're stars or, entrepreneurs, but, who have a name, mm-hmm. And they seem to want to take credit for that. And I tell them, that's you don't take credit for that. That's them. That's their accomplishment, not yours. You brought them into the world, but you did what you're supposed to do. If you raise them right, and hopefully they'll do good things. So, okay, that's one thing. Then another legacy is leaving money behind, which is good, especially if you directed to do something great, like start a school or scholarships or something like that. Mm-hmm. Now, to me, though, more important is legacy means something that you accomplished, something notable, were memorable, that or made it different for good, mm-hmm. Where people Google your name and they'll see certain things. You Google my name, you'll see quite a bit of stuff. I'm a musician. My name's on an album of a major artist. That's a legacy. Mm-hmm. I slayed the dragon. It's a small dragon. Mm-hmm. Now, Mike Tyson, whether he wants to or not, he has a legacy. He's a several-time boxing champion. Mm-hmm. And sometimes your legacy can be negative. Yeah, you got the rape charge, which I don't know if it's true or not, and his assault or whatever. Different things. Mm-hmm. But still, he has a legacy. It's something that people remember you by, that you did something notable. Mm-hmm. And most people, they don't really have any legacy to speak of. If you Google most people, you think about the people you know. You Google their name, nothing. It's going to show nothing. It might show whether they live or their address or something. But, like my mother was a teacher. I'm sure she inspired many good kids, but, you Google a name, there's nothing there. Most people,
But
there's nothing there.
You're right, and I
So-
hear that. I hear you on that. I hear everything you're saying, actually, and I love the explanation that you have, like sort of the definitions of legacy. Because again, I looked up the definition on Google, but we all have our own meaning and what we take away from it, from that word alone. But let me ask you this, Anonymous. Do you feel like everybody in the world is supposed to be great? Everybody in the world is supposed to live on this legacy, this legacy word, and have enough to be considered legacy? Or I kind of look at it like the queen bee versus the worker bees, right? There's always going to be a queen bee within a right.
I got you.
Okay, Andy wants to add to it.
If you don't accomplish anything great, like Anonymous has been saying, that you don't have a legacy. I think that's kind of like what you're asking, kind of, sort of.
Yes,
right?
but and to add to that, and I know we're giving you a lot, Anonymous, but to add to that, because you just said most people, if you Google them, pretty much nothing will show up. But what about who they've impacted around their own lives? Because your mother, for instance, as a teacher, may not be Googleable, where she's impacted the world, but surely she had impacted several, probably, dozens, if not hundreds of students who will remember her. And that in and of itself is her legacy.
Mm-hmm. Well, in a way, you can say everyone has a legacy because they existed. They were on this earth for a while. Now, as far as Jessica, is everybody supposed to do something important or notable? I don't know. That would be a question for God, if there is a God. I don't know if there's a God. Maybe there isn't. And, is it fair that there are queen bees and king bees and worker bees? Who knows? I mean, some people say, Bible says everything is according to God's will. Everything is according to God's plan. So God knows the future. So everything is, your fate is sealed. Now, I don't necessarily believe that. Also, I want to say this, is, I've done a few things musically, and my name is out there, and so I've done something.
I know you're gonna keep saying that, but you ain't gonna tell us your name, huh?
No. My name's not. It's a message, because some of my songs, and Andy knows, he heard one of my songs. Well, let's see, they could be my songs. I don't want to identify myself, but I write out some controversial things and heavy things that like one song I complain about these black rappers using the N-word. I question if there's a God, because there's contradictions in the Bible that God.
I don't want to go down that route. Yeah, I don't want to go down that route.
Let me wrap. Let me wrap
Sure,
this up
you
right
can wrap
quick.
it up.
If I don't know if there's a heaven. There's no evidence that there's a heaven. There's no evidence of reincarnation. After we don't know. I don't think anybody knows. Although Christians or people say, oh, there's a heaven or hell. There is a reincarnation. But if there is, that would be nice for me to go to heaven, and I can look down.
You got to wrap this up, Anonymous. You got to wrap that one up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, good to talk to you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the legacy comments. I appreciate that. And I agree with some of what Anonymous is saying in terms of everyone does have a legacy, and so. Question is, do you believe in that word? And I think maybe that's what it is, Andy. I think where we tie this up is that Mike Tyson may just not believe in the word of legacy, because it is overused. There's probably so much hype around that word, but for the most part, it feels like everybody does want to leave a legacy. Y'all was 100% up until somebody said it doesn't mean much to me. Maybe it doesn't mean much to you. I feel like everyone wants to leave this world having made some impact on people. And that in and of itself, again, to me means legacy.
And people kill themselves when they feel like they can't do so. You know what I mean? Like, I think about Nipsey Hussle when he said, find your purpose or you wasting air. You know what I'm saying? There are some people out there who are probably still searching for their purpose, and now they feel worthless.
Yeah.
And now you got Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to lie. That line kind of hit me too. I was like, damn, homie, so what you saying? That I'm not... You know what I'm saying? I don't add value to the world if I ain't found my purpose. You know?
But on the flip side, I think there are people out here who really don't care, who really just want to disappear. They want to just live below. Yeah. there are and it's shocking to even have this type of, to say something like that, because in the world of social media where everybody wants to be a star, everybody wants to be on center stage, there are actually people who don't have social media, don't care to be on social media, post on it, or they don't want to show you their lives. They don't want to make an impact. They just literally want to, they want to be happy, which means, go to work, pay your bills, go be around your family, and have a decent home, somewhere to live. A lot of people are not thinking on that level of legacy. It sounds so big, but really, even those people who say, I don't care about any of those things, your legacy really could be your family. It could be, who you brought into the world. Even if you don't have children, what impact do you have on those around you, whom you love? We all love somebody, and no one is doing this life alone. And so that would be my guess. I don't know if I'm right about that, but that's just my guess. Yep.
I do also want to note that shout out to the interviewer, the kid.
Yeah.
His response.
Her
response. Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Her response.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was dope. Just, wow, I never got a response like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know kind of like what she took from that. Her being a kid, like, that kind of,
I'm sure she was dumbfounded, though, by that. I mean, she was taken aback for sure. I could just tell when I watched it. I could tell. And she didn't have much to say. But, wow, I've never heard somebody put it that way before. Morris Phillips says legacy refers to a history or common practices. For instance, university admission practices or traditions. I think it could be. Penny Thompson says leaving a legacy could be leaving a positive impact on the world around you for future generations. I completely agree with this. Y'all over here going in on that song. See, you done played that song.
I
You
know.
done got everybody started. You got Mimi stirred up around here on the Thursday
she
night.
ready for that action. Yeah.
So, come on.
I think legacy could also be twofold, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as we're having this conversation, I'm thinking about cats like Diddy, cats like R. Kelly. What is their legacy now? You know what I mean? I feel like it's subjective now, because I could be like, well, I'm going to just look at the music and just focus on that.
Yeah.
But some people are going to be like, nope. What he did to all those people, that's his legacy. What really is his legacy, though?
Yeah. I think it's all encompassing. I don't think that we could, really label one particular thing, that being your legacy. I think it really has to be all encompassing. And in that sense, you can't take away what Diddy has done or what R. Kelly has done musically for people. I don't know. Will Mike Tyson win the fight against Jake Paul? I got to get y'all thoughts on it. It's going down tomorrow. Do you think Mike Tyson is going to remain the champ, or do you think this 27-year-old kid who has 7 knockouts under his belt is going to walk away with the win? Because Mike Tyson is 57, but he still got it. Let's not get it twisted.
You're giving Jake Paul a little bit too much credit. I'm sorry.
You can't seriously, you can't take away from what Jake Paul has been doing, I'll say.
I can.
Okay.
Why?
Because he's going up against Mike Tyson.
Because those knockouts weren't against real boxers. That's why. You fighting a washed up basketball player. Shout out to Nate Robinson. I hope you get your kidney. You feel me?
Yes.
What's his name? Tyron Woodley.
Okay.
UFC fighter. I think he's more of a wrestler, more so than a boxer. I forgot the other white guy's name. He was a washed up UFC cat. He's not fighting no real legitimate boxers in their prime.
In their prime is the key, and you're right about that. It's fair. However, Mike Tyson, the greatest of all time, is 57 and has not been boxing. Although, like I said, he still got it. You should see this man. If y'all haven't seen, just Google Mike Tyson preparing for the fight. He still got it. I don't know. I'm going to always go Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson. I'm going to always go that way. I'm just saying he's 57. He ain't been boxing. And Jake Paul, 27, has been.
If Mike Tyson gets knocked out and he loses to Jake Paul tomorrow, his response about legacy makes all the sense in the world.
Okay. Do you think that's why he said that?
Maybe.
Okay, on the other side, we'll talk more. Are we going to get to this Denzel thing? Probably so. Keep listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Denzel Whitaker, and I'm on the Raw Report.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hello, LA. Metro is your partner for thriving communities and sustainable travel. We're dedicated to providing better transit for everyone. When you go Metro, you're more connected to jobs, healthcare, school, and loved ones. It's the way of the future. Start your journey at metro.net.
Whether you're going over the river and through the woods in the capable Silverado 1500, getting the choir to church on time in the 3-row Traverse.
Thank you.
Or driving cross town to deliver your famous Cajun-spiced holiday turkey in the Equinox EV, America's most affordable EV with a 315-plus mile range. Add confidence to every holiday adventure and get it done with a rugged and capable Chevy truck or SUV. Find your red tag. Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select popular Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Offer available on all 2025 Equinox and 2024 Silverado, Equinox EV, Blazer EV, and Silverado EV models. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 22.2%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 12/2/24.
Thank you.
Medicare open enrollment is here, and it's a time you can make changes to your health coverage. Yet, watch out for enrollment and marketing scams. Remember, Medicare will neither call you nor solicit your business. Guard your card. Never give out your Medicare number to strangers. Unsolicited calls, door-to-door visits, and emails are prohibited. Take your time. Don't feel pressured to make a quick decision. Report scams to our California Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-855-613-7080.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Raw Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, to those of you who are listening right now, tomorrow you have the opportunity, if you live in LA, you have the opportunity for you and a guest to view the advanced screening of Gladiator 2, the one with Denzel Washington, and I'm giving those tickets away tomorrow. So you want to tap in, and I have quite a few tickets to give away. So you want to tap in and make sure that you are, if you want to go, it's happening at right here in LA at the Regal Theater. I'll tell you when and how you can get those tickets, but you got to tap in tomorrow. Andy, did you want to jump in?
Oh, we got some other tickets to give away.
We do have some other. Yeah, let me flow here. However, there are tickets that I have to give away today as well. As I mentioned to you guys before, we already have a couple winners. Beloved Entertainment and the Miracle Theater Foundation present Sweet Spot Live with KBLA's very own Angelique Francis. And this is happening this Sunday, November 17th, and she's going to be live doing her show. It's featuring storytellers from the community, colorful and provocative. It's all happening this Sunday, November 17th. As I mentioned to you guys before, I went last year. It was great. Just listening to so many storytellers get up there and talk about something very impactful in their lives. And it was great. We listened to it all night long. It was fantastic, but nobody was leaving. That's how good it was. And so if you're familiar, it's happening right here at the Miracle Theater in Inglewood, 226 South Market Street. But we have tickets that we're going to give away today. It's for 2 callers, for you and a guest. If you want to go to Sweet Spot Live this Sunday, November 17th, you can call Andy right now, 1-800-920-1580, and get your spot. Did I say it was at 4 p.m.? Yes, 4 p.m. November 17th, this Sunday. So go ahead and check that out. I'll also be there and talk about the show a little bit, but there's going to be a plethora of hosts who are there. And so I'm excited to meet you. If you guys see me, come through, come check me out. Wow, time flew by and I don't have an opportunity to really get into the Denzel clip. And I probably end up playing that clip tomorrow. Speaking of Denzel, and maybe that's what I'll do, because we are going to be talking about Gladiator 2 and giving away Gladiator 2 tickets. Why not talk about Denzel and what he has going on and what did not make it into the movie? We'll talk about that tomorrow. But what we will talk about with Denzel is the fact that the other day I mentioned on this show that Denzel, remember, we played it for you. There was a clip where he said he was going to be playing Othello. He was going to be playing Hannibal, which I'm very excited to see. And he mentioned several other films. And in that, right after that, he mentioned about 5 different projects. He mentioned Black Panther 3, as a matter of fact, that Ryan Coogler has got a spot for him for Black Panther 3. Here's the deal. He says that he did say after that he was going to retire, but now he is retracting that. He said, I'm not retiring. He said he's not retiring. Basically, what he was saying is that he wants to work more behind the scenes, behind the camera, and he's going to let a few other people sort of take it and run with it. But it's going to be maybe about 5 years before he even gets to do that. Because he says, listen, he's older now. He's not a fool. He understands that he's not going to be doing all the jumping and the running and all the things. He's got to have stunt people jump in for him. So this is what he says. This is what he meant by when he said he's going to retire. He just meant that he wants to do more behind the scenes work. So we're not going to be losing any work from Denzel anytime soon. So that's good. But we will continue this conversation about Denzel tomorrow again, because we will be giving away some tickets for those of you who want to view the advanced screening of Gladiator 2. I am hyped, so hyped about this film, because it's Gladiator, but also because it's Denzel. What? You gonna come through on Gladiator 2, Denzel? That's what I'm talking about. Wow. Okay. 56% of you. It is kind of close, y'all. It's close. 56% of you say Jake Paul doesn't have a chance. 44% of you say Mike Tyson might get knocked out. Oh, shots fired. We are going to see. It's happening tomorrow. And Netflix is streaming it live. Netflix is streaming it live. So you guys might want to check that out if you have Netflix. If not, you're going to catch the clips all on social media. And, of course, I'm sure we'll bring it to you on the Raw Report after it happens. You guys, it's been great. I appreciate you all so very much. Remember, Zoe Williams is up next, so don't change the station. I'm Robin. And remember, today and every day forward to be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 Things You Should Know from BIN News. Chicago rapper Lil Durk is expected to appear in court for an arraignment hearing in Los Angeles on murder-for-hire charges. The Grammy Award winner, whose real name is Dirk Banks, is accused of paying 5 associates of his Southside rap business to kill a rival artist. A tropical depression in the Caribbean has strengthened into Tropical Storm Sarah. This marks the 3rd named storm in November as waters remain